Might be ancient, it might be young, something not very recently begun. It might be over, I can't understand it. I get to the end and return empty handed. 'Cause Jesus, I'm falling. Jesus, I'm yours. Swing that chariot low so I can climb on board. Or were we abandoned by the thing that made us? Is it foolish to believe King James can save us? I'm waiting to see, but I don't have the patience. I want to believe, but these words are outrageous. Now I'm going blind, but I keep turning pages. How long till I reach the book of Revelations? All right. Best update ever. Even if my updates are only once a year, they just keep getting better. They just keep getting better. This is Roseanne Rainbow Ray Galloway, a healthy human child, my destiny and my legacy, and my path away from the gay is the baby. She was born in October. She's kept us busy. Got 10 toes, 10 fingers. She's pretty smart. She may not be the chosen one, but she was the one chosen to have the most best attention that any child has ever had on this plane of existence. So, that's a lot to live up to. I'm not saying she's got the most attention ever or the best attention ever, but the combination of the two, the most and the best. She just can't help it. Her family is just around too much. Too much to focus on. So, as you can see, she doesn't do much yet. She'll eventually be my co-host, and hopefully she will inspire me to do more better things for the internet. She doesn't even know how to look at the camera yet. Can you say mama? Can you say mama? So, life update. I think last time I was on the internet, I was talking about starting or working for a warehouse, industrial sheet metal, and HVAC supplies. Did that a few months. It didn't quite work out. It's the age-old problem of commerce in America, and it's really bugged me a lot. Like, I really feel like I dug in deep. I wanted that 40-hour-a-week job. I wanted the health insurance. There was a part of me that just felt like that's the responsible thing to do. And a part of me is like, you can have your existential quests into the books and the Bible anytime you want. You can have your ministry to society, through your co-workers and the customers at the warehouse. But at the end of the day, I have to say, probably half the blame is on me, and half the blame is on just the company. My fault is just not being able to quite adapt to, I don't want to call it customer service, but just being the face of a company. And I'm not going to say there's any hazing going on, but I'm a smart guy, and I make a lot of cynical jokes, like my perspective of reality, whether they're talking about the latest football thing that happened or the latest Putin or Biden thing that happened. I'm always going to have a very droll perspective. And what I say, when everybody's just shooting the shit, it's going to be funny, but there's going to be parts of it, inevitably, that the lower vibrational people aren't going to understand. And the problem is, if they don't understand it, they start to think, what did he mean? Was he saying something? The fact that they don't understand some of the jokes made them feel a little inferior. Another problem was I ingratiated myself to my coworkers before I did to the boss. And that's a big no-no in industry. It's like, if the boss senses that the coworkers are beginning to have some kind of loyalty to you because I'm tall and I speak well and I work hard and I make funny jokes, no matter how high IQ the manager has, if he doesn't have a high emotional maturity, he's going to get offended. And I think I said a couple things that he thought I was making fun of him, when really I was just being myself, jovial. And so I got on the wrong side of him, and could not fix that. And so, I think when you're waking up at 7:30 in the morning, or when you're waking up at 6 and you got to be at work at 7:30, and you're just, the line of demarcation is, if I dread having to wake up and I dread the next 8 to 9 hours, that's no way to live, period. No matter what you think you're sacrificing for. So I just had to, smooth as I could, politely as I could, thankfully as I could, exited myself from that situation. What's the matter? And been doing, started the Commonwealth Labor business. I acquired a truck and trailer, and like I said, I inherited all the hand tools and yard tools that you could want from my late father-in-law. And now I've started the official Commonwealth Labor LLC. We do everything. And by we, I mean me. No job too small, plenty of jobs too big. But basically I'm just trying to find that niche. Just trying to stay busy, live by faith, be thankful. And that's where we're at now. It's 2023. Healthy baby. Hopefully I'll get to tell you the story of when I got to decline the vaccinations for her. When the doctor was in there, it's like, okay, it's time for these shots. And my wife turning to me and being like, well, it's that's your cue. And being like, I think we're gonna wait on vaccinations. Of course, the doctor was like, well, how long? I'm just not quite sure. Is there a reason? Well, there's lots of reasons, but just basically we'd like her to develop a little more and develop her natural immunities a little more before we decide to put any foreign substances, no matter how lauded they are by the establishment. We're going to keep them out of her body for now. And it was ultimately a good conversation. And ultimately, she didn't have to get any of those needles jabbed into her. And we'll see if she survives. She's doing good so far. Anyway, that's all I got. Hope everyone is well. All the bears, non-bears, square bears, round bears, Care Bears. Everyone is a bear that has either accepted it or is in denial about it. But at the end of the day, there are only children of the Almighty, and there are only bears. A community, if it meets the criteria of being an actual community, it's because there's bears involved.